This episode is brought to you by the DNA store on Redbubble. Want some DNA gear? Want to show off your favorite DNA shows? Whether you want to show Matt that you're also glad he's here, or show your allegiance to the Guardians of DNA Fireteam, or even just have a fascination with Toast building a snowman, we have the merch for you. Wear our inside jokes with pride and show off your favorite DNA shows. There's something here for everyone on the DNA store. Check us out at redbubble.com/people/DNA network today. What's up, nerds? Welcome to the DNA Podcast, episode 35. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, alongside me, as always, Joey Pease, Brian Anderson. Guys, guess what? What? It's Joey's birthday.
I know.
It is? It is.
I don't think Joey knows, but I know.
I'm so excited, Joey.
I got a hat here. It doesn't fit my head.
It's true. It's a birthday cake hat
It's pink.
with candles.
Yeah.
Put it on!
It doesn't fit my head!
Put it on!
It doesn't.
Put it on. Yes.
There it is.
There it is, people. There it is. There
The
it
candles
is.
don't stay.
Looks like I know what the cover photo for this YouTube video is going to be.
That?
Yep.
You zoom in on it?
Ah, Joey.
Hi.
I bought Joey a gift, but he drank it all already.
I didn't drink it all.
I know, I'm
I
just
had
kidding.
more.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
I know. Know how to play along?
No.
You joke, I play along, it's an act, and then,
No.
No, we just want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We want to make you feel old,
Oh, okay.
even though we're both older than you.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We love you anyway.
I don't know. A quarter of a century old now. I feel kind of old.
I know. I'm going to be 30 this year. That's old. I feel it.
Yeah, you are old.
I know. Oh, boy. All right. Let's get the show started.
That's better.
I know. I was a little worried about that birthday cake hat. I'm not going to lie to you.
It wasn't going to stay, even if I would have tried to.
Yeah.
It would have fallen off at some point.
Yeah. So what have we been playing? Anything fun? Anything exciting? Besides Destiny? Getting ready for Rise of Iron?
I'm just kind of waiting for Rise at this point.
I know.
We played a little Overwatch. Path of Exile like usual, you know.
Yeah.
I really have been the same for the past couple weeks, but...
I know. I mean, there's nothing really
There's nothing really going on.
really new to talk about or anything. Like,
yeah.
I'm just waiting for Rise of Iron and then Gears of War, and that's kind of it this year.
Skyrim.
Final Fantasy 15.
I thought you were tired of fantasy games, Joey.
Stop the fantasy shit. But I am excited for Skyrim and Gears and...
Yeah.
But for, now I'm just really excited for next week. Less than
Yeah.
a week.
Less than a week.
Rise.
So excited. So I guess we'll just jump in right into topic one. Joey, this kind of falls into your wheelhouse.
I saw. It looked like you tailored-made this section for me.
I did,
And
because...
because neither of you guys are PC gamers.
Well,
so.
here's the thing. Lee
Yeah.
is making me that new computer.
Right.
And it's finally built.
Okay.
And on Saturday, which will have already passed by the time everybody hears this, we're installing all the programs, and he's going to ship it to me.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
doesn't mean I'm going to play PC games. I'm going to play Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sims?
The Sims.
The Sims, StarCraft,
StarCraft's great.
StarCraft's fine.
maybe a little bit.
You're talking about StarCraft 1 or 2, but either way, they're both great games.
Both.
But okay. I didn't know if you could
Brood
buy
Wars.
StarCraft 2 or if you just had Brood Wars, or you're just gonna
I'm just going to
play
play
that.
I'm just going to play both.
The
What's
old-
really nice is
the
you
old
can-
Warcraft games.
Yeah.
If you have those games with the code still on them,
Age of Empires.
you can link them to your Battle.net account, and then you no longer have to keep those games anymore.
Oh,
You
really?
can just download it digitally from online and stuff.
Oh, well, I have discs, burned discs. that
Well,
I
I mean, it's still nice, but I mean, it's just in case you ever make, because I mean, nowadays not every PC comes with a disc port. So.
Yeah, I don't even think this one has a disc drive. Lee, update me on if this has a disc drive or not. I don't think it does. I didn't buy one.
I mean, I can loan you mine. I don't use mine. if you need it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
There's, I guarantee on the tower there's somewhere to use the disk drive and whatnot. So
Yeah.
either that or you can just plug it in and just have it sit there while you load whatever you want into it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be in the spot where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
As long as you're not moving it while the disk is.
Yeah. I'm basically getting this PC for like streaming purposes and like for us to do live stuff. Because this little guy right here doesn't do well.
Yeah.
It likes to turn off and get real hot and not do well. So
It's a MacBook. They get hot.
yeah.
I think every single one I've ever seen it gets pretty warm.
Yeah, it gets so hot that I can't even sit it on my lap like when I'm doing stuff. It sucks because it's a laptop.
You need one of those. They make actually things you can set the laptop on. It blows air
Oh really?
up to
Huh.
And you can set that on your lap.
Yeah. But anyways, Joey, we're gonna go through building a rig.
Uh-oh.
We're going to go through our favorite PC games past and present. And our consoles making the mistake by trying to become more like PCs. So, Joey, build us a
Yes.
rig.
Build you a rig?
Yeah.
That's a very generic question or statement.
Build us a rig.
Well, I mean, first you have to...
Build us an affordable rig. Because PC Master Race, quote unquote, is taking over the DNA community group.
Okay.
I'm not enjoying it. At least adding PC Master Race minions to our group.
Well, hey, the more the merrier. Most of the time, if they're true members of the PC Master Race, they're not going to be negative towards anyone. If they're a true member of that group, then they will support you even if you're running games off of a MacBook. Because they feel, the more people they can get to the cause of actually enjoying PC gaming is better. But, yeah, there it is. The GTX graphic.
Yeah. So,
But,
what is... Okay, let's do it this way. What's your process for building a rig?
set a budget. So once you've got your budget, I guess then try to figure out, I guess, how you want to spend the money, like where you want to... I mean, because at least when I did it, I knew I was going to be upgrading certain pieces here or there, and like ones that are going to be really hard to upgrade without upgrading the whole entire system is like your motherboard and your CPU. So those you want to make sure you get decent, or good ones right off the bat. Because if you buy a cheap, motherboard, most of the time when you go to buy another one, you either have to look. I mean, if it's been a couple of years, you're gonna have to find either the chipset, so every one you're gonna get is gonna be a couple years old, because each Intel and AMD, every time they make a new processor, well, not every time, but sometimes they make new processors, and those don't fit the chipsets for those motherboards. So if you're gonna try to place parts back on, it's a big mess. So it's better if you just start off buying a solid motherboard and a solid CPU, and then I'd say go from there. If you have the money, get a nice graphics card. I mean, you don't even have to spend a whole lot to get nice graphics cards anymore, but you want to make sure all these parts are compatible too. I mean, you don't necessarily need to. I mean, pretty much any motherboard will run any graphics card as long as it fits in the slot, but there are certain instances where it's better to buy ones for specific brands versus others. So like if you want an AMD graphics card, you probably want to get something that supports like Crossfire on it, even if you're not going to use that, but it means that it's more geared towards AMD type graphics cards versus something that would support NVIDIA's stuff as well. But I mean, it all works relatively well together. It just helps if you get stuff that is designed to work better with each other. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, you got to get the motherboard, the CPU first, and then after that it's a graphics card. If you don't have a very big budget at first, just a normal hard drive, spinning disk hard drive will be perfectly fine.
I got a 500 gigabyte solid state drive.
Yeah, if you can afford a solid state drive, they're excellent. That was probably one of my favorite upgrades I've ever done with my rig. You can start up your PC in 7 seconds, or even less than that in some cases, and games load a lot quicker. Like I'll be playing games with some of my friends, and like in Path of Exile, I'll load into the next zone, start running off to killing monsters, and I'll realize they're not with me because they haven't loaded into the area yet for another like 5 to 10 seconds depending on the zone. So I mean, it's really nice. So I don't know. I mean, once you got the tower all built, and then worry about peripherals. You know, buy your monitors and your keyboard and your mouse.
Yeah. I bought some generic Logitech keyboard and mouse.
I mean,
that's probably fine for what I'm doing.
Yeah, I started with a $10 keyboard and like a Logitech wireless mouse I had from like a long time before. Because when I first started playing PC games, I played on my laptop that I had at the time. I was playing League of Legends off of my laptop, and that was fun. Could barely run the game, which is surprising because League of Legends isn't a very graphic-intensive game, so
yeah.
you could imagine how bad it was. And that was like when I originally built my PC was for Diablo 3. Was when that game was coming out. I wanted to make sure I could play it, so.
Diablo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This PC stuff scares me. But like,
it's not that hard. It's a lot of it's just making sure everything's plugged in properly and make sure you have the right amount of power. Well, that's another thing. You want to make sure your power supply can support all what you're buying. Because if you cheap out on the power supply, you can completely ruin your rig. Like a lot of, I mean, like sometimes you get lucky and just the power supply will go, but other times I've heard some horror stories of them completely frying components in their rig. So make sure to buy, you know, a decent, well-rated power supply, and make sure it is actually supplies enough power for what you're planning on running. And it doesn't hurt to buy a bigger power supply than what you need at the moment, because then you always have room for upgrades and whatnot.
I'm just gonna come out and say it right here, Roller Coaster Tycoon I'm gonna stream that.
What was the last Roller Coaster Tycoon game?
The one for 3DS that was terrible.
Oh, that one was so bad.
Okay, well the last one for the PC.
The last legitimate one.
3, I think.
Was 3 the last one?
I think.
3 was
that
it.
game was...
Roller Coaster Tycoon World's supposed to come out in February though.
Well, hey.
Which one did we play all the time? Was that 2?
1. I think it
The
was
first
just 1. It was 1, and then they came out 2 expansions.
Yeah, that was it.
With like loopy landscapes and
We played-
something else. Platinum Parks or
We
something.
played a lot of Roller.
I know.
That game was fun. I mean, I don't know.
The game was amazing. And then they came out on the original Xbox. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was terrible on the original
Yeah,
Xbox.
like those games don't transition very well.
Yeah.
Like I thought, 3DS, like that could work.
Yeah.
It did not.
No.
It was really.
Just give me the original Roller Coaster Tycoon on 3DS, please.
That's what I thought it was gonna be.
That would work.
Yeah.
It was.
Especially because that game's so old now, they probably could fit everything.
It's
they
what
had
I'm
on
saying.
there.
Like it wouldn't. I don't know.
But
it was
like
just
the
really bad.
whole like zoomed out thing probably doesn't work well on this.
No, it just doesn't trend. Like I said.
But let's talk about our favorite PC games, past and present. Because I
think
actually
you just did.
What Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yeah.
It's the best.
Mine was Diablo 2.
It's the best. It's the Twilight Princess of PC games.
Oh my god. Mine was Diablo 2. That was like the last time I played. I think that was the last PC game I ever played.
Yeah.
I played a lot of it, but you know I don't touch it now or have any sort of
I don't even think you own a computer, do you?
That is correct.
That iPad's
That's
like,
kind of a computer.
the iPad's like your source of everything.
Apple wants you to think that is replacing all the computers.
It's not.
I know.
It's not.
I know. It's
But I mean, no, I do not own a computer, or I have a laptop that I had in college, but that wasn't a gaming in
No.
any way laptop, and it doesn't even work anymore. So no, I don't touch it. So.
Age of Empires was another good one. And then they came out with the Star Wars one. That was like it. That was like Age of Empires. It was like called Star Wars Battlegrounds. It was amazing.
I don't follow PC gaming at all. I have nothing against it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow it either, but that was just
Like I've invested so much money into console gaming. Like I've picked my poison.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's based, like I have nothing against people who like PC. I can see where there's benefits in that, but that's just,
Yeah.
So if people want to PC Master Race, I personally don't care.
Yeah.
The only thing
As long as you're playing games, I don't care what you're playing on.
the part I really like about PC gaming is there's a lot more free games to play.
I agree.
And you don't have to pay for the internet to play it. I mean, we pay for the internet itself,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you don't have to pay for like the
Like
subscription.
PlayStation
I agree.
Plus or Xbox Live.
I agree. And I
Whereas
think-
PlayStation used to not have to.
I know.
PS3, and then
I know.
they started shifting towards the.
Now
Xbox
it's
Live.
going up in price.
yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that some
It's
bullshit?
ridiculous. $10 a year?
So go play games on Steam where you can get games for free.
That's like 73 cents a month.
As much as I play online now, like whatever.
Yeah, you get your money's worth if you play it, you know.
But if I was someone who just like casually played online, like rarely, I'd be kind of upset about it. But
Right.
as much as I use it, yeah, it sucks, but
Do what you gotta do, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
Still can't change our names though.
I wouldn't change my name.
Yeah, but you created a new account though. You did change your name.
Yeah, I know. I used to be Amish Holler.
Yeah.
You can't do what you did
I'm still Amish Holler on Xbox.
on Xbox.
It's true.
Get everyone to report you until they ask you to change your name.
It's true.
I had a couple friends that did that a few
That's
times.
pretty clever. Because
Yeah.
I would like to change my Xbox one.
Because they never even like,
$10.
they don't, at least
No, I'm not doing it.
they used to not even like check before. They would just literally, if you got enough or like reports on your name and you hadn't done it too many times, they would let you just change it. They'd be like, you know, we've had some issues with this. So.
Yeah. Do you think consoles are making a bigger mistake by becoming more PC-like?
As a supporter of PC gaming, no. I mean, as long as they go the full distance and don't just have the upgraded systems, but then also don't have the benefits. Like if they make a game so you can choose the graphic settings depending on which system you're running.
Did you see the Tomb Raider thing
No.
for PS4? Like,
I would too.
you on the Pro, the PS4 Pro, there's like sliders and stuff where you can have it locked at 30 frames a second,
So
but you can have like intense graphical fidelity.
so
or you
they're
can
actually
have it-
making it so you like on PC where you can actually edit your graphic settings instead of
or you can have it like at an unlocked 60 where it could dip, but like it's not as graphically intensive.
Hmm.
Which for Tomb Raider, I would kind of want like the 30 frames.
It depends on your TV too. If your
Yeah.
TV isn't good enough to do 60 frames,
It's
their
true.
refresh rate isn't good enough, then there's no point trying to run it at 60.
I think my refresh rate's fine on the TV.
Yeah, my TV was cheap, so I don't know about that, but I'll have to just plug it into my monitor.
My
I don't know if
TV,
my PC.
TV's like, I was looking at the specs the other day because of all this HDR crap coming out.
Yeah.
And like how that's going to change the way we play games or whatever. And like my TV is, for what I paid for it like 4 years ago, like it's like super out of date now. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
So, I mean, I have no problem with consoles being more like PC, especially if, I mean, in the end, like Xbox might, if they go too much like PC, Xbox might just be like like it'll be the software,
Yeah.
which should be kind of cool because then you could just, you know, have a PC and running, you know, your Xbox on your PC and just play the games there, but that would be almost like you'd have to have a different operating system than what, but I mean, I guess, you know, because Windows is the most commonly used operating system, they could incorporate Xbox into that, so,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking consoles, like, yeah, they're structured like PCs, but I still think they're gonna follow the cell phone model from now on, where like every like 2 or 3 years they come out with a new console that's slightly better.
Yeah, they probably will.
So
It'll be frustrating for some people, especially when they come out with their, like, what'll be the, well, do you think they're going to do next-gen systems anymore?
I bet there'll be one more console generation,
And then
but it's
after
just
that,
gonna
they're
be
gonna
like
keep-
it's just gonna be like PlayStation. It's just gonna be called PlayStation, and just Xbox. That way they can get away from the confusion of like, look, console generations are done, unless you're Nintendo, because we'll get to that in a minute. But like, I just think they're gonna do the iPad stuff where like it's just called the iPad, and every year, every 2 or 3 years, there's a new one coming, and that's just the way it's gonna be. It's just the way it's gonna be. And with the Scorpio coming out, they're really gonna change the way like things are.
It'll be tough for some people because it'll be like they'll think they'll have to upgrade each year to be able to play the new games, and
I know, which like,
and then it'll be tough for them to like figure out when they should like stop supporting those older systems and whatnot.
yeah, that's gonna be the part that's gonna hurt people is when they stop supporting
Yeah.
the older stuff. Because like, as of right now, Xbox has promised everything that runs on Scorpio will run on a launch Xbox One, which I feel like it's going to be like the 3DS Hyrule Warriors situation,
Yeah.
where like it runs great on a new 3DS and it
And
runs
really crappy.
really crappy on an old 3DS.
Yeah.
I feel like as long as they tell us ahead of time and don't just all of a sudden decide we're done supporting this, like, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and as long as they don't do it like every 4 years, they decide if they're like updating systems every 2 years, but every 4 years they stop supporting, or after 4 years that one system's being like that's too soon. They need to give it like at least like say like
5-ish years.
probably more than that even. I'd say.
Well, like I mean, console generations used to be 4 to 6 years. Like the NES to Super Nintendo was 5.
Yeah, but I mean that's before. I don't know. I feel like everything's like moving at a quicker rate now.
That's
the
true.
way it's advancing and whatnot.
That's true. You're right. The way technology is like, but I mean, even if these boxes are built more like PCs, the scaling should be easier, maybe. So, I don't know. We'll see. The first game I'm really looking at that kind of concerns me is Horizon. The way it runs on a regular PS4 versus a PS4 Pro. But a lot of people who have played it already on a regular PS4 say it runs great and it looks great. So, I'm not.
I feel like the game's been developed for long enough to where that
I think it's gonna be okay.
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it's the ones that are like going to be starting development after, or like when this has been known that there's going to be a higher end system and a lower end.
Yeah, when
system.
they're basically like when they're making games for basically like PS Pro.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna still play it on your old console, but it's basically designed for the new one. That's when it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Days Gone and God of War are also 2 big ones I'm kind of looking at that are going to be optimized for Pro. So
I don't think Days Gone is gonna have like great graphics.
I think it looks good already. I mean, I think it looks fine.
Yeah, but it's not a game that's gonna like blow you away graphically. Like that's
No,
not,
but the
that's
tech
not how
is how many enemies are on screen at one time.
correct.
So that's the impressive part of that game.
Yeah, that's true.